It's time for a good old fashioned karate chop. Pada!
Good morning and welcome to Hashtag Rise and Grind. I am your host, Glenn Lundy. I am a husband to one, a father to seven, and the creator of what is going to be the number one most watched morning show in the world. It is 5:30 a.m. and I hope that you are ready to rise and grind.
Good morning. That was for my man, Casey Rossiter. Casey was like, dude, I got to get some Pantera up in here. I'm like, all right, you want some Pantera on hashtag Rise and Grind? Well, we got some Pantera on hashtag Rise and Grind with the good morning cover. Good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you, my friend? How are you, my friend? Today is Wednesday, June 12th, 2019. That's right. Today is Wednesday, June 12th, 2019. And what's crazy is today is the very first and the very last time it'll ever be. First and last time it'll ever be Wednesday, June 12th, 2019. So I want to make sure we make the absolute most of this. That was Terry LaPierre. It wasn't Casey Rossiter, it was Terry LaPierre. Thanks for the request, Terry. What a way to start the day, you know what I'm saying? But today is the first and last time it'll ever be. So let's make sure we make the absolute most of this incredible day. It's supposed to be like 74 degrees today. I'm showing like super high in the headphones. I hope that I'm not like screaming at you guys. I'm showing a high of 74 today here in Lexington. A little bit rainy later, but maybe, just maybe, might have time to squeeze in a round of golf this morning before I really kick things off. I don't know. Yesterday, I got to do a podcast with Miss Sharon Lechter, the co-author of Rich Dad, Poor Dad. She sold 30 million 30 million copies of Rich Dad Poor Dad. She's also written 26 other books, including a book called Outwitting the Devil, including a really powerful book that I'm going to talk about next week called 3 Feet from Gold. So it was amazing. I got to do an interview with her for her podcast. Plus she has like a Facebook group, a private Facebook group. So we got to do that. And afterwards, I just kind of sat back and I thought, man, like how crazy is it that I was being interviewed by a woman who's Fab Five. Like if you look at her 5 closest friends, they're all like, you know, super highly successful, like billionaires. If you read the book 3 Feet from Gold that she wrote, you'll know that she's got associations with like the owner of Chick-fil-A, the guy that invented Velcro, right? You know, the guy that invented Velcro, he sold 5 billion people Velcro. 5 billion. And it was awesome, dude. In the book 3 Feet from Gold, they asked him, like, how did you sell 5 billion people Velcro? And he's like, I didn't. I sold 5 people Velcro. I just sold the 5 leaders of major industries Velcro, and they distributed it out to 5 billion people. Super powerful, right? So I'm sitting there, I'm like, I just got interviewed by Sharon Lechter. This is kind of crazy. Like, a lot has happened in the last 7 months of my life, the last 7 years of my life. And here we've been talking, like, as her and I were talking, we discussed kind of my past. We discussed where I came from. We discussed some of the different things that I had to deal with, my highs, my lows, the things that I learned along the way, my walk with God. Like, we discussed all of these things all the way through to get to here. And so I started thinking about all of those things, and I was thinking about, what we've been talking about here. I was thinking about what we've been talking about here this week, because this week we've been talking about, like, taking control, right? Fully taking control of our lives and our futures and our destinies. And there's certain key points as I look back through my past and I look at how I got to where I am today. There's certain key points that I want to make sure that we hit on this week. Because sometimes in life, in order for us to take control, we have to let go. Like, we have to let go of some things first, including control, as crazy as that sounds. Sometimes we have to let go of our thought process of feeling as though we have to control everything. Sometimes we have to let go of that in order to truly gain control over our lives. So I'm going to dive into that a little bit more this morning. But before we do, we need to do a dance, and I need to remind you guys that we're doing giveaways this week. So if you share out the show, which today's winner of $50 in hashtag Rise and Grind gear, today's winner is the one and only Janelle Griego. You might know her, you might recognize her name, but the one and only Janelle Griego, who's been a diehard Rise and Grinder for the longest time, who's just such a crucial element of our group, of the show, of everything. She always helps me out at the different conferences. Janelle's amazing. So Janelle just won $50 in free Rise and Grind gear, which we got a whole new lineup of Rise and Grind gear coming next week. So that's super, super exciting. But we need to go ahead and dance. We need to share the show. If you want to try to win $50 in Rise and Grind gear, all you got to do is hit the share button. Hit the share button, invite 5 people to join the group, right? You can do that. And so let's get, I want to say good morning to you. I want you to say good morning to me. I want to share the show. I want to do all that stuff. So let's listen to a little bit of music and let's get our dance on. We can't go with the Pantera anymore because it would take away, well, maybe, Terry, what? No. No, we can't do it, man. This is the part of the show where I need you to hit that share button. That's right. I need you to hit that share button. Because I believe if we could change the way people start their day, it'll make a massive impact on this planet. I truly believe that. And sometimes all it takes to change the way somebody starts their day is for you to hit that share button. This is also the part of the show where I'm going to say good morning to you. You're going to say good morning to me. What's up, Zach Doyle? How you doing, Danielle Rose? What's up, Tina Zimmerman and Mabel Peralta? How you doing, Jeff Baker? Great talking to you yesterday. Janelle Griego, our happy little winner this morning. What's up, Nathaniel Banks and Vicky Everett? How you doing, Jennifer Jaskell and Laura Saba Berman? Man, if you haven't met the Bermans, you need to meet them. They're awesome. What's up, Gail B. Craft and Eric Burns? How you doing, Stephen Eugene Kuhn? A 1, a 2, a 3, and a 4. Here we go, stepping out the door. Check it out, man. We got a rapper on here. He's a poet and didn't know it. How you doing, Josh? Brad Smith's in here. My little friend Carrie Lynn Carter is up in here. Cece Eberly and Ben Cusick. Pam Biddle's up in here this morning. I love it. Jennifer Jaskell. Did I already say Jennifer Jaskell? And of course, Terry Lapi. Yeah. You know what, Terry? At the end of the show, I'll get you a little more Pandera in there. Fair enough? Is that fair enough? Cool. Check it out, man. I want you to go to this conference. If you haven't got your tickets yet, we got this amazing conference coming up called Grow Your Business for God's Sake. I was just talking about Sharon Lecter. She's going to be there speaking on the stage, including other massive business people from around the world that are going to be pouring into everybody down in Nashville, Tennessee. And if you've never been to Nashville, man, I got to tell you, it's an incredible place. It's an absolutely incredible place. I want you there. Also, if you haven't done so already, make sure you download your free copy of The Morning Five Simple Steps to an Extraordinary Life. And I was thinking about this the other day. I was like, man, everybody's got to get a copy of this book. So please, if you haven't done so already, go get you a copy and then make sure you share it with a friend. It's 100% free. And all of these things, we've got so many different websites. Just go to GlennLundy.com and you can find the book, GlennLundy.com. This week, we broke down what we need to control, and then we learned how to do it, right? In 3 simple steps, right? So we're like, okay, we need to take a stand. This is what I'm going to take a stand against. Right? We declared it out loud. We vocalized it like, yes, I will no longer, or not I will no longer, but I will now do this, right? Create this action, this opposite action of the one we want to destroy and eradicate, right? So we declare it vocally, and then we learned how to take action on that, right? And what are the 3 steps to taking action? Does anybody remember? Did anybody take notes yesterday? In order to actually effectively take action, we must first study. Then, of course, we seek counsel, and then, of course, we do it, right? Study, seek counsel, and do it. Now, what's crazy is you can do all of these things. You can declare that you're going to make this change. You can take a stand against whatever it is, the thing that you want to rid yourself of. You can take action against it, but yet you can still fail. It still might not work. And I know you're probably asking, well, why not? I took a stand, I declared, I took action. Why isn't it working? You can still lose. And the reason that you still can lose in a lot of these situations is because, one, you cannot control absolutely everything. Destiny does play a part. There's this thing called God, and God's going to throw things your way that are crazy. But secondly, because you haven't let go of certain aspects that need to be let go of.
Let it go. The things that have happened in the past, the things that aren't happening right now, let it go. If you want to be free, stop locking yourself into the prison of your past. If you want to see the light, stop holding yourself in the darkness of your past. If you really want to move on, release the heavy weight from your back. If you don't want them to win, let it go. Move on and create your best life. You would never allow a thief to enter your home and live there rent-free. So why do you allow thoughts that steal your joy to enter and live inside your mind? Let it go. Had a moment of confrontation? Let it go. Don't allow it to live in your mind, stealing the joy from the rest of your day. Someone did you wrong? Let it go. They will ruin more of your life if you allow them to invade your mind like a virus, which will only affect the quality of your life in every other area. The best revenge is always moving on, letting go. Showing your ego is brave enough to let go. Showing you are strong enough to enjoy your life, to live your life fully. Regardless of what happens or who isn't doing the right thing by you, let them have their accidents somewhere else. Life hasn't gone as planned. It doesn't for anyone. Move on. Focus on the good. Those who live amazing lives haven't gotten lucky. When things don't work out, they move on quickly and focus on the next positive. They drop the negative like a hot potato and focus on what they can do today to get in a better state. They don't seek sympathy from family and friends. They focus on what is good in their life and let go of the negatives. Don't cheat on your future with your past. It's over. Commit to your future and it will be a strong, healthy one. If you don't let go of your past, your future will suffer. Understand this very important fact. You are the one who suffers most when you hold on to resentments. when you seek revenge. You are the one who wins when you do let go. Richard Carson once said, "The key to a good life is this. If you're not going to talk about something during the last hour of your life, don't make it a top priority during your lifetime." Maybe we should all take that advice. Your ego will tell you, once everything is perfect, then I'll be happy. But your soul knows the truth. Be happy, then everything is perfect. No, life circumstances won't be perfect. But if you can get into the right space, you can then get to the understanding that everything happens for a reason and be at peace with that. So be happy. Do whatever it takes to find your happy. Not because everything is good, but because you see the good in everything. Not because every circumstance is a miracle, but because you see the miracle in life itself. Albert Einstein once said, "There's only two ways to live your life. One is as though nothing is a miracle, and the other is as though everything is." I know which space I want to live in. What about you?
I love how my man said, don't cheat on your future with your past. How strong is that? Don't cheat on your future with your past. As you're trying to take control, you're trying to move your destiny in a certain direction. You're trying to take control over your life. It's so important that you start right up here. You got to start right up here and go, okay, what am I holding on to that I need to just let go? There's a story of two monks. These two monks were walking through a village, and there was a little girl that was hurt over on the side of the road, and she was stuck, and she needed help. And the one monk reached over and he grabbed the little girl, and he picked her up, and he helped her. He picked her up and he helped her. And the other monk was watching, and the monk was sitting there thinking, like, man, we're not, we're monks. We're not supposed to touch a woman, period. And so they continued to walk, and 4 hours later, it just ate this monk up. And finally he said to the other monk, he said, man, we're not supposed to touch women. We're not supposed to touch girls. You picked that girl up. And the other monk looked back at him and said, man, I put that girl down 4 hours ago. Are you still carrying her? What is it that you're carrying that needed to be put down 4 hours ago? Maybe it was right. Maybe it was wrong. I don't know. But whatever it is, that thing that you're carrying, it's time to let it go. I woke up this morning covered in urine. Covered! Head to toe. If you're thinking Glenn looks a little fresh today, it's because Glenn's had a shower this morning. Because I woke up today with a 3-year-old in my bed that had come into our bed, laid her body across mine, and ultimately relieved herself in her sleep. All over poor old dad. Now, I had two options when I woke up this morning. I had an option to carry that with me all day long. That smell of urine, that reek, that sticky, wet feeling. I could have carried that with me all day long. Or I could have got up, did my gratitude list, did my goals, still smelling like pee. Because I'm so stuck on my morning routine. And then I went up and I took a shower and I washed it off. And when I picked Meredith up, my wife and I were having a hard time communicating first thing this morning. We normally don't talk before 6 a.m. But my wife, we picked her up and we cleaned her up and we cleaned the bed up and we put her back in the bed. And I took a shower and I let it go. In order for you to take control of your destiny, of your future, of your life, you got to let it go, man. Don't cheat on your future with your past. A lot of us have this problem. I know I used to struggle with it. And today, I'm not exactly sure who needed to hear this. It might be you. But whatever that thing is that you're holding on to, I want you to let it go today. Because, see, there are higher levels of existence for you. There are levels of existence where you can do, like the man said in the video, where not all things are good, but you can see the good in everything. That exists for you. You've been crushing it. You've been waking up early. You've been doing all of these different things. You've created some disciplines. You've created some habits, right? You've been doing your gratitude. You've been doing your goals. You've been doing these things, but yet it seems like everything around you, every time you start to climb, every time you start to ascend, every time it starts to look like things are moving in your direction, then something happens and it knocks you back down, and it's frustrating, and I get it, and I understand. And it's like, oh my gosh, I keep going through these cycles, and why me, and why does it have to happen like this? And I get it, I get it, and I'm just here to tell you today, I need you to let it go. I need you to let it go. My friends Faith and Louie, who I spent some time with this past weekend, that lost their 15-year-old daughter, they exemplify this to the core. There is good to be found in everything. They found joy in their daughter's tragedy by looking at how it is impacting and affecting the lives of others. I want you to do that too. I want you to take that problem at work and go, where's the good in this? I want you to take that problem in your relationship and say, where's the good in this? I want you to take that incident, that thing that happened, that thing that you picked up and you've been carrying around with you. I want you to put it down and look at it and say, where's the good in this? I grew up a little rough. I now see how that made me the man that I am today. At one point in my life, I was talking to Sharon about it yesterday. At one point in my life, I walked out in the ocean and tried to kill myself. I now see how that particular experience, I now can see the good in that. Because of that moment, because of how invisible I felt and how low and depressed that I was and how I had no hope for tomorrow. Because of that, we now are here together today, June 12th, 2019, sharing this moment because of that day. I would not be here today where I am, being interviewed yesterday by Sharon Lechter, putting an amazing program together with a massive business owner in the community and my dear friend Tanel Delgado. I wouldn't have been in Greece a couple weeks ago training. I wouldn't have had the opportunity to get peed on this morning by my 5th of 7 children if it wasn't for the lessons that I learned that day. So my lesson for you is let it go. Because you, my friend, are this amazing child of God. I can't get this through enough. You are this amazing child of God, uniquely made by the God of the universe to be the absolute best version of yourself that you can possibly be. And you cannot have the best future if you're cheating on your future with your past. You can't. And right now you're making moves, you're moving in the right direction, and those moves that you're making, I want you to know, though they seem little, they're making an impact. They're making an impact on your friends, on your family members, on your coworkers, and you've made an impact on me. And I, for one, absolutely stinking love you for it. I do. If nobody's told you that yet today, I want to be the first. I absolutely love you! So listen, I want you to go out there and have a killer day today, okay? Have a killer day today. And if you need more videos like this, you can go to GlennLundy.com. If you need some Rise and Grind gear, GlennLundy.com. If you want to go to the conference, GlennLundy.com. If you want to get a book, GlennLundy.com. But most importantly, will you come back here again tomorrow morning, 5:30 a.m.? We're going to do this all over again on hashtag Rise and Grind. Oh, make sure you hit the like button. We always forget, right? We jump right in. Hit the like button. Share the show. Make sure you title your share. Let's get this out there, and then most importantly, have an incredible day. This one's for you, LaPierre.